welcome back to my channel. This is Dom, and time for the September Wargamers Anonymous challenge. Oh my god, it's September already. How the hell did that happen? So this month's challenge set on the Wargamers Anonymous Discord server was by public vote. So it's not just a dictatorship, you know. This is a public vote. Amongst all the members of the Discord server could vote on various options in terms of what the monthly challenge would be, and this month, clear winner again, not what I voted for again, but still successfully will be useful for me, was a unit of skirmishers or scouts. That's what won it. There was another option for big guns, and I just thought I fancied doing a big gun, so I voted for that. But as I say, scouts won, and actually in some ways it's going to be really useful to me because September I'm away for 2 weeks, so finally getting a bit of a holiday, only in the UK, which I say only in the UK, it's one of the most beautiful countries in the world, but I'm kind of a bit biased, I know. But yeah, I'm going away for a couple of weeks, so actually scouts are probably not a bad thing because it should be relatively straightforward to get these painted up. So because, as you know, I'm working through my Napoleonic project, which is to build a brigade of Cleve-Berg Confederacy of the Rhine troops for my Napoleonic armies. These will fight on the don't tell anyone the French side. They are going to be seven battalions in the brigade, and I'm doing it for black powder. But I also want to be able to use them for sharp practice. Now, mostly the line troops and the grenadiers I can use for sharp practice just on multi-bases, because it doesn't really matter too much. Certainly not for my mates who I play with. They're not overly precious about that. You just put a little marker beside them to say how many have been killed, etc. Really sharp practice should be individual figures, but I thought while I'm doing it, I'll also do some skirmishers that can be used for sharp practice, and also for the upcoming Muskets and Tomahawks Napoleonics version. So I've got these. This is a unit of 6. These are offensive miniatures, French voltigeurs. Lovely, lovely figures. I mean, just drool over offensive miniatures figures a lot because they are brilliant. Really, really nice. Got 2 guys firing, one guy just ramming home, this guy with his hunting horn, and this guy biting off the cartridge, another guy shooting on knees. So it's nice variety. It's only 2 the same. I did trim down their pom-poms because they had slightly longer pom-poms, and the Cleve-Berg troops only had little pom-poms in 1812, which is the period I'm doing. So I'm going to be painting these fellas up, and I'm really looking forward to it. So standard approach with all these Cleve-Berg troops, white uniforms, white trousers. These guys actually have quite long gaiters leading into boots, which will be black. They have the turnbacks, and the facing here on the uniforms is a pale blue, and epaulets, and just seeing a bit of flash there, I've missed. Epaulets will be green, as will the pom-pom, because voltigeurs and light troops by convention Napoleonic times had green as their sort of denoting colours. Grenadiers were red, and generally fusiliers were white, although in the Berg army they were pale blue. So I'm going to really look forward to cracking on with these. So going to keep it simple, but hopefully effective. So we'll be back when I've done a bit of work. Okay, so progress report with these light infantry. Coming along okay. You can see I've got a lot of the base colours done. They have, just to take you through the steps I've done, started off by doing the skin tone, the basic skin tones. I've talked about this before. I have my normal skin tone approach It's a very simple two-version or two-tone approach. So I start with this pale skin paint. This is a scale colour one I've had for ages, just on the light grey background, and then I use, where's the stuff? It's contrast paint. Here we go. Dark Oath Flesh I put over the top when I'm finalising it, and just to me that gives it a nice depth of colour, which I like, but I haven't done the contrast yet. I've done the hair colour, just a light brown. Again, it will darken up when I go with it. The white was, so I did skin tone first. I usually do skin first, then I did the basic white, which I used this stuff, Citadel base covering Corax white. It's a very thick white. Effectively sort of, I saw someone describe it as drag brushing. So yeah, that kind of thing across the whole thing. All the white areas were done with that, which gives it a kind of an off-white colour, which I like. Then I then obviously did the black for the Shako, and also they've got these long gaiters, and also the ammo box pouch at the back here. It's not ammo box, ammo pouch at the back here, done in black, using again contrast paint, the Templar black, which again gives a lovely, it goes down really nicely. The backpack, the haversack, I've used another contrast paint. This is Gore Grunter Fur, because they were actually made of a fur, and I think this gives a good effect once it's had a wash and what have you. So they've just block coloured all that, and then the knapsack itself was Ultramarines blue contrast paint. So there you go, hasn't taken long, and there's 6 with their base colours all largely done. Next up I'm going to add the turnbacks and the collars and the cuffs and the bib area, which is going to be using oops, showed this before, I really like this one, electric blue from Game Colour. That'll be that. And we will do the skin tone, as I said, will be the next thing, and probably then I'll pick out the extra white of the cross straps on these figures, just to make that stand out a bit better, and probably do the green epaulets and the green pom-pom, and on these figures they have a cord, which I'm going to do is green as well around the top of the Shakos. So we're back when I've done that. Okay, so a bit of an update on where I am with these voltigeurs, chasseurs for my Cleve-Berg unit. So quite well progressed, really. I think we're through the bulk of it. So I've done the light blue turnbacks, and also the front, whatever you call that, the sort of waistcoaty area. The cuffs are also the light blue, so are the collars. You can see I finished off the flesh tone, so as I mentioned before, this is just using, not Gore-Grunter, using the contrast paint, Dark Oath Flesh over that pale, and you see it gives it that sort of nice toned colour. I quite like it. It just works for me, and it's simples. So what else have I done on these? I'm trying to remember since I last did the bit of video. I've done the green of the pom-pom, the green of the cords on the Shako, done the I've reinforced the white cross straps. I used a different white. I just used a normal Vallejo white because I wanted a bit more powerful white to come through, and then just touched up some other areas that I'd splodged other places. Also the sword bayonet, the strap that holds that on, I've done white. You can see I've also done the lines down the straps down the backpack. I've got a little bit of a splodge there on the knapsacks, but I'll clear those up later as I move to the next stage. And you can see I've also done the wood of the muskets. I used Warlord's wood brown, but I mean any sort of woody colour brown will do nicely, and by the time that's had a wash on it, it'll darken it up anyway. So I've still got the musket straps to do, I've got the barrels to do of the gun, I've got the Shako plates to do, the buttons on the fronts of these voltigeurs. Also they've got some Shako chin straps. This guy's also got a tash, so I need to do him. And the sword hilt and also the scabbard needs to be done. So, but made good progress. It doesn't take long. These offensive miniature figures. I know I go on about them a lot, and I think they deserve it. They are such brilliant little figures. So onwards and upwards, back when the next stage is done. Okay, so another update. These are pretty much done. You can see, hopefully you can see, I've done the Shako plates, done the hilts and the scabbards of the swords, done their chin straps here. Guns are all finished off. I've just realised there's one thing I've forgotten to do. Always the way. I've forgotten to do the rifle strap. Just realised. So I'll need to do that next. Anyway, it's annoying because I was just about to do some blackening. Finished off, touched up the bits of where I'd over painted on the bedroll and on the knapsack. I've just tidied that up a bit. Basically, as you can see, has been done just using the standard Luke's APS. Showed it a million times. I literally don't build up the bases. I just put PVA glue all over this and then just drop it in the Luke's APS and let it dry thoroughly. And then when I come to varnish, which I do with a spray varnish, I varnish over the top, and the combination of the PVA and the varnish just sets this Luke's APS stuff really solid. So yeah, it's all I ever do with it now. So finish up this guy's tash. So I think we're pretty much done. Just got to do the gunsling and also give it a wash. I'm washing it at the moment with Citadel Nuln oil, which is pretty good. Sometimes it deadens it down a bit too much, so then I probably will need to go back over it again with a bit of white, just to emphasize some of the cross belts particularly. They seem to darken down a bit too much. And then I will spray varnish it, and then I'll come back and show you the very final stage to have them done. Back in a mo. So that's them all done. We have. Why do people always do that? Why do I do that? When you're talking about video, it's me. I painted it. I have. Sorry, it's a bit of a moment. I have washed it with the Nuln oil and spray painted it or spray varnished it with Army Painter matte varnish, and you can see the base is pretty much nailed down. The figure looks pretty good actually. I'm quite pleased with that. I'm just thinking I might actually, yeah, I don't think anything needs any particular touching up. They seem to have taken the paint pretty well. There we go. Yeah. So all I'm going to do next, even the belt there, yeah, sometimes the cross belts when you put the Nuln oil on just dull down a bit too much, but actually these haven't. So I'm quite pleased. Yeah, so what I'm going to do next is just do a little bit of dry brushing on top of the, and I like doing this after I've varnished, just to find, I don't know, just for me it just works better. So I'm going to do that, just give it a really good fine dry brush, and then I'm going to put some tufts on the base, and then we'll show you the final wheel. I'll show you the final figure. Back in a minute. And so there you go. That is the 6 skirmishers, these Cleve-Berg skirmishers or chasseurs, depending on what you read, ready for deployment on the table. Haven't taken long. I have to say, these offensive miniatures figures are absolutely fantastic. I just love them to bits. They are so easy to paint, so well sculpted, and they show the paint and show the effort you put in so well. The result, I think, is fantastic. Really pleased with how these have come out. So much so, there's another 6. So yeah, done 12 of them in total. All ready to play. 2 packs exactly the same, basically. So you've got 2 of each of the models. But they are so damn nice, and I'm really pleased with how these have come out. I think the results have been pretty good indeed. I hope you do too. Let me know what you think in the description down below. Certainly can thoroughly recommend Offensive Miniatures if you're looking for a metal Napoleonic source, metal Second World War. I am a bit of a fanboy of Offensive Miniatures, unashamedly. Really pleased with these guys. They will be very useful in my army. They can either play sort of the role of skirmishers in Black Powder, or will be skirmishers in my sharp practice armies. So it's 12 of those done. Going along with the battalions, well, one battalion's already done, another one's half done. So the Berg project is well and truly advanced. Hope you enjoy this. Hope your September projects are going well. If you haven't already done so, hop along to the Wargamers Anonymous Discord server and join the discussion there. Very active bunch of guys talking about what they're working on and inspiring and helping everybody else on the community, and doing these regular monthly challenges, and it's great. It gets you thinking about something. As I say, I didn't necessarily want to do skirmishers, but I knew I had to do them, so yeah, they're done, and it encouraged me to get them done in September. So I hope you're staying well, hope you're doing well, hope your projects are going well, and hopefully you're managing to get a bit gaming in now. Things are a little bit different. I was going to say lightening up a bit. They sort of are. But I hope they are with you, and I hope everyone is well and staying well. So this is Dom signing out, and I'll see you again soon.